Hello guys, welcome to my channel and today I'm here to talk about Danzo and how nobody understands him. So whenever I see people talking about Danzo, all they say is that he is a trash character, he's a really bad character, he's a scummy person and also he is the worst character of Naruto. Yes, I agree with your points that yeah, he is a trash person, not a character, a trash person. He is a scummy person. But as I said, he's not the worst character in Naruto. In fact, he is a really well written character. So in this video, I'll explain how. So before I talk about Danzo, let's talk about what makes a character bad. So a bad character is a character that is really bland or boring. That means he does not have any personality, or that character is just not written well, or either like that character does things that do not make sense coming from that character, which in short means that that character just contradicts itself. And Danzo does not fall in any of these categories, except yeah, he is a bit bland and boring, but not up to a level where he might be the worst character of Naruto. So why people hate Danzo? Number 1, he took Shisui's eye. Number 2, he sent Sai to kill Sasuke. And number 3, he became the Hokage. So let's start with those. But before that, let me talk about Danzo's motivations. If you don't pay that much attention, and on the surface level it just seems like that Danzo wants to be in power, he wants to become the Hokage, and he's kind of a sore loser since he wasn't able to become the Hokage, and he just wants to rule the village. He wants to be in power. That's what it seems like. But no, all he wants is to protect the village and make sure that the village is safe. Him wanting to be the Hokage is for that reason only.
Well, he can protect the village even without becoming the Hokage, and also if he wants to protect the village, how being an asshole and a scum helps in that.
So the reason is simple: the ends justify the means. It doesn't matter to him what things he has to do to make sure that the village is safe. At least at the end of the day, somebody has to get their hands dirty. Somebody has to do those things, and Danzo chose to be the one that does those things since he cannot become the Hokage himself. So that's why he is he works from the shadows. That's why he has his own faction in the Anbu, so that he can do the things that need to be done. And the reason he wants to become the Hokage is because he wants to be in power so that everything works according to him, and at the end of the day all he wants is for the safety of the village. So he hates Hashirama, he hates Tsunade and Hiruzen, and the reason is not because he wasn't able to become the Hokage and these guys were. The reason is pretty simple, that these people have done things and will do things that will end up causing danger to the village. For example, Hashirama, he gave away Bijus to the other villages even though he should have kept it with them. Giving Bijus to the other villages, in the future, that can be a threat to Konoha and puts the village in danger. So yeah, that's why he hates Hashirama. Tsunade and Hiruzen, they let Naruto just roam free here and there, even though he has the Nine-Tailed Fox, and we already know what happened when the Nine-Tailed Fox attacked the village earlier in earlier years. So he sees Naruto as a threat, and seeing them just let him roam free, he just doesn't agree with them. So the reason he hates them is because since he isn't the Hokage himself, these guys are in power. He cannot stop them from doing what they want to do, and that's why he hates them. That's why he wants to be the Hokage himself, so that he can put a stop to these kind of things. So I hope everybody gets his motivations. Till now, let's just talk about his actions and let me explain why he did the things he did. So first of all, he took Shisui's eye, and the reason is pretty simple. Shisui could use the Koto Matsukami, which as we know is a genjutsu that can control other people without them knowing, and also they will do things but they will think that they are doing them off of their own free will, but that isn't the case. Other thing is Shisui is just controlling them and they would not know anything about it. They would think that they are doing it what they want to do. And also Shisui can literally use the jutsu on the Hokage and nobody would ever know, and he can use the Hokage as his pawn. So that's a really big risk, And also Shisui you might say that Shisui was gonna use it to stop the Uchihas from starting a war. Then why did Danzo not let him do it? Yes, that would have put a stop on the current Uchihas from rebelling, but what about the future generation? And what if Shisui dies? Then what they're gonna do? So also he is a Shisui, he's a Uchiha himself. Shisui is an Uchiha, so how can Danzo trust an Uchiha to take care of the Uchihas? And if somebody has that kind of a power, I'm pretty sure as a leader you will definitely see him as that person as a threat. And since Uchihas were a threat at that point, and the possibility that Shisui could be a threat in the future and could be danger to the village. From like Danzo's perspective, getting rid of both of them is the like logical answer and makes sense. And now moving on to like him sending Sai to kill Sasuke. So Sasuke is a rogue ninja that we all know, and that means there's a possibility that he might do things that end up causing danger to the village. And also like he's with Orochimaru, and we know Orochimaru wants to destroy the village. What if Orochimaru gets Sasuke's body? He's kinda gonna become unstoppable, and what that ends up being, he is now a danger to the village. So killing Sasuke just seems the logical answer there. And if Sasuke is no longer alive, first of all, he himself isn't a threat to the village, and also since he isn't alive, Orochimaru can't get his body, and that's literally killing two birds with one stone. So like if you see it from Danzo's side, that just makes full sense. And now like him becoming the Hokage feels really scummy, as he did not earn it. You know, the one single reason he became the Hokage was because Tsunade was in a coma and was out of commission. And by this point, like, you hate Danzo so much. He has done so much like scummy things that you hate him. And this, like him becoming the Hokage, is kind of like adding fuel to the fire. And let's talk about his death. So I'm pretty sure for everyone, his death was really satisfying. For me, it was too, but on a second watch, it wasn't. So I've always hated Sasuke, and at least up till this point, especially when he decides, you know what, Itachi did everything to save my village, so I'm gonna just go and destroy that village. Yeah, that stupid decision by Sasuke, that makes you hate him. And I'm sure many of you guys did hate him too. And for those who liked Sasuke and had him in one of their, like, as one of their favorites, even at this point, I'm sorry to tell you, your just opinion is just wrong. You're just stupid for thinking like Sasuke is a good character. I mean, not good character, but Sasuke is a likable character at that point. And now if they're like two characters that I don't like, and one of them ends up killing the other one, then it isn't that satisfying. Like, I didn't like Sasuke, I didn't like Danzo, so if any of them dies, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't like any of them. And on the first watch, yes, I enjoyed his death a lot, and I was really happy that he's finally dead, even though I hated Sasuke. But on the second watch, since I paid attention to Danzo's actions, I know what his motivations are and why he did the things he did. I just don't feel that happy that he died. I don't feel like sad either, but I just feel a little bit bad for him, that his intentions were good, you know, trying to protect the village and stuff, but the way he went about doing things was wrong. So if it wasn't the case, like if he did things in the right way and then he ended up dying, you would feel bad for him, right? A lot more. And here it's just kind of conflicted. So as I said, I don't feel bad. Like, I don't feel sad, neither I do feel happy, but I just feel just a bit bad for him because his intentions were actually good. And you have to feel a little bad if somebody's working towards a goal, a good goal, and they end up failing. So you kind of have to feel a little bad. And also in his final moments, we see kind of an inner monologue from Danzo about how he just wanted to keep the village safe, and how he saw Hiruzen as his rival and he wanted to be like him. And that made me respect Danzo. Not gonna lie, that made me respect Danzo a bit. Yes, he did a lot of not nice things, and because of that, people's hatred towards him is justified. But just because you hate him, that doesn't mean like he is a bad character. I personally don't hate Danzo, and I don't like him either. But one thing is that I do respect him a bit, and I just wanted to make this video. That is the reason, because people think Danzo is the worst character just because they hate him. But the thing is, he actually is a really well-written character. His job was to make you hate him, and he succeeded in that. So in my books, that's a well-written character. So I hope that this video shifted your perspective on Danzo. Of course, if you like still hate him, that's fine. But as long as you understand why he did the things he did and why he's in a bad character, then I guess it's all fine then. Anyways, that's it for the video. If you ended up enjoying the video, leave a like and also consider subscribing. It's time for me to take my leave. See ya.